Let's hit some bets. So, okay, we're all logged in. So, the best time, of course, to make money sports betting is when everyone else is doing something else, like watching football, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving dinner. These are all the best times to find great betting opportunities. So I have, my live bet sheet. We're running hotter than the sun on this. It's in the description on YouTube. So if you want to see all the bets we've made live from OddsJam, I'm not including any promos in this because that's not necessarily fair because not everyone has these sports books. But if you want to see all the bets, just check the description on YouTube. You'll see a little bit.ly link to, this spreadsheet so you can kind of, track along. We're up 1.5K profit. Granted, we're running hot. We've only placed, $436 in EV on the bets. And what I mean by that is, right, if a bet has an 8% expected return on OddsJam, right, and we're betting $100 on it, then we just gained $8 in EV. We're getting a return of 8%. We're betting $100. We made $8 in EV. Of course, that bet can win or lose. You have variance as a sports bettor. So we'll kind of see this number fluctuate, right? Net profits running hotter than we probably should be, which will happen as a sports bettor. Everyone, even the best, have winning streaks, losing streaks, which you'll see. But the point of these live streams is to show, like, yeah, I mean, we may have a down day. We may have 2 down days. We may have 3 down days in a row. We may have 3 up days in a row. But what we really care about is making the sum of expected profit number go bigger, because then the net profit number will go bigger. So we can go here. We can look around for some good bets. There are some good player prop betting opportunities. Also, there are some promos you should be taking advantage of. So like NHL parlay insurance, if we switch over to FanDuel, this is what I bet for tonight. So this promo is really profitable. If you go to OddsJam, if you go to the blog, we have a full-length article about this parlay insurance. So you can read about it, but it's super profitable. And to maximize the value of this promo, you want all of the legs in your parlay to be as close to minus 200 as possible. And the reason we say minus 200 is because each of the legs must have minus 200 odds or better. So like minus 200, minus 150, plus 150, stuff like that. So, all these sports books have different odds. All these sports books have different promos, which is why it is so critical as a sports bettor to have multiple sportsbook accounts. So go through all the links below. You can check out this live betting sheet if you want to see all the bets we've placed live. We lost Cyril Gahn money line yesterday, which sucks because we got an incredible line. We got this guy minus 110. He closed like a minus 140 favorite. But we've also had some, obviously we're on a tear recently in the past few days, just with OddsJam positive EV bets. So we can go here, we can go to the plus EV page. And again, all you need to take advantage of OddsJam is have a bunch of sports betting accounts, right? I'm in Arizona. All these sports books are available, but I need, right, as many as possible. So sign up for TwinSpires, sign up for FanDuel, sign up for Caesars. We have a link to the deposit bonus, the sign up bonus below. Like most of these sports books give you an insane, bonus for signing up. So first of all, when you sign up for a new sports book, you get an insane deposit bonus. Caesars is a free bet up to $1,000. You bet $1,000 and they give you $1,000 in a free bet. It's worth like $700 in profit margin if you know what you're doing. And you can email us, contact@oddsjam.com, whatever it is, if you have any questions about this, deposit bonus or any of these sign-up bonuses or any of these odds boosts. I mean, you can always feel free to email us and be like, hey, do you think this is good? Do you not think this is good? What sportsbook should I sign up for? We're happy to answer that. But you need multiple sportsbooks to be as successful as possible as a sports bettor. So I'm going to go to my settings. I can filter out books. You can filter out the books you don't use or books that, you don't necessarily want to see. So I'll filter out some of the books on the platinum plan, and we'll just like treat this as I'm an industry plan user on OddsJam. I have all the sports books in my state, and you can see like, wow, there are some pretty good, ARBs. Now, granted, 0.73% return may not seem particularly great, but you're getting that money back when the game ends. It's 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time. This game is at, what is that? This game's at 7 p.m. So this hockey game will be over in 7 hours. And I'm earning a risk-free profit of 0.73%, which I'm getting back in my bank account, right? So, depending on how much you bet, you play the smaller, whatever on your bankroll, you're kind of just making these risk-free, whatever, 1.5, 150, $2, 250, and just kind of helping your bankroll grow. And then at the same time, you can be taking advantage of these profitable promos, such as this NHL parlay insurance. I'm pretty sure we've won frickin' a lot of the past ones I've given out on these live streams. We won our UFC one that we emailed out yesterday. So we won that. I mean, we've been running. So we got our money back here, right? You can see only one leg lost, the Hurricanes lost. So FanDuel just gave us our money back. We got back $25 in bonus funds. And then I think we lost this one, obviously, and keep scrolling. I'm pretty sure, yeah. So we won this NHL one. We've been running pretty hot on some of these promos. We won this college basketball one. I think since they brought back these parlay insurances, we're up $700. So let's play some bets. Let's hit some bets, and we can go from there. And again, you want to know how to move quick. You want to know how to navigate the books quickly. And you need to check OddsJam frequently, right? These lines are always changing. Sports books, change their odds all the time. They're managing 50,000 odds on their site at any given time. And OddsJam is just constantly scanning the markets for you as a sports bettor to find the few bets for you that are actually interesting. But you got to know how to move quick, right? So we're on this Panthers game, this Duclair guy, under 0.5 goals, minus 265. So we can go there. We can control F him under 0.5, minus 165. And then we can go to Caesars. And then we can type in this game. So this is for the, Kraken game. And we can place this ARB. We'll make a little risk-free profit, and then we'll get into plus EV betting. So scroll, goals, cool. Now let's go to Duclair. Where are you, buddy boy? And FanDuel's probably going to limit me. I made too much money off these guys. They're going to be you only get $66.30. But for the sake of example, we'll just kind of go through what this would look like. So FanDuel's only going to give me $66.30. So whatever. I don't even know if we're not even going to make $1 off this ARB, I don't think. Right. We're getting $66.30. We bet $25 roughly on Caesars, and we make a risk-free profit of 60% because this plus number is greater than the minus number, and these are equal and opposite outcomes. But again, the condition for this is you need multiple sports books. So you got to go through, click the links below on YouTube, sign up for Caesars, sign up for FanDuel. They both have amazing deposit bonuses. So I just hit this for $66.30. So before I forget, let's just go here. And then on Caesars, I want to bet $24.35. So you can round your number, whatever. You can just hit it exactly as it is. And cool. Now I am 67 cents richer. And again, that doesn't seem particularly great. I am fully aware of that. But the thing is these opportunities are always changing, and it's all about the small gains building up, right? All you see on social media is, the big parlay wins. No one ever shows you the people who lose. You see that one guy who got lucky and hit some parlay betting, $10 to win, 10,000. And there's one of those guys per day. You don't see all the other thousands of people who lost their $10 parlay, right? All you see is the big win of the day. Everyone just tweets their winners, not their losers. So you can take that approach, or you can take the approach of building up, these small gains on a daily basis. And again, you never know when the best betting opportunities are going to occur. Lines are always moving. Sportsbooks are always posting odds, bringing on new markets. Sharp action comes in and moves lines, these lines are always moving around. For example, for the Bucks-Rams game, there was a pretty big arbitrage bet because when lines were first posted, all the sharp action came in on the Rams. So all the books, one by one. So if we go to a football game, as the sharp action came into the market, so let me just go to basketball. So a lot of these games are already live too. So most of the games today have already started. But the point is if all the sharp action starts piling in on the Bulls, sportsbooks are going to take action on the Bulls. And then, BetMGM may move up, may move their Bulls line to like minus 180 and bring their Magic line to plus 155. Then if people continue to bet the Bulls at minus 180, they may bring it to minus 200, Bulls, Magic plus 170. And then that would lead to an arbitrage bet with DraftKings. So people would bet MGM and DraftKings plus 170 Magic, minus 160 Bulls. And then DraftKings would move its odds higher on the Bulls, right? So sports betting is all about line movement and watching the markets. And OddsJam is constantly scanning the markets for you. So we've gone through a bunch of examples on these previous live streams of the math behind an ARB. So you can feel free to read those or watch those previous live streams. We've made like, $35 on these live streams ARBing. So obviously most of the profit has come from positive EV betting, which is much more profitable. But if you have a small bankroll, if you don't want to take a lot of risk, if you just want to make a couple bucks a day, whatever it is, email us at OddsJam. We're happy to help you learn about it. And, there's a bunch of blog articles about this type of stuff that you can look into. So, whatever. Also, wow, the Rams are freaking destroying the Bucs right now. So there's also, some promos you should bet. So this one I bet, if you want to, of course, this flash bet. So bet $10 in flash bets and you get a $10 free bet, right? So you bet 10, you get $10. Granted, a free bet isn't as good as cash, but a free bet's worth like, $8, let's say, if you can find an 80% conversion rate on the free OddsJam low holds page, right? This shows you the best free betting opportunities and how you can convert your free bets directly into cash. And you can see, I could convert a $10 free bet from DraftKings with no risk into $8.15, right? All I'd have to do is place my $10 free bet on DraftKings on this Myers guy plus 1100. And then it tells me, go hedge your bet on the under 0.5 goals minus 1250 on FanDuel. And you'll earn, $8.15. And here's how much you should bet as your hedge bet. So again, we have a lot of articles about free bet conversion. So if that's something you want to learn about, again, just check the OddsJam blog. There's tons of stuff on stuff like this. Randall's done some videos, I've done some videos. So hopefully you're able to find that helpful. So here's one, right? Like, here's an interesting bet. Wow, Lakers plus 165. That is insane EV. So we can go here. We can go to the Lakers game, plus 165. Let's hit this for 500. Insane bet. So we can go here, and then we can figure out the EV of our bet. So Lakers, insane, 8.04% EV. And this opportunity just popped up, right? This is why you have to be checking OddsJam frequently. So give me 1 second. Well, no, it's fine. So I'll share my screen. And now crazy, right? They're already down to plus 140. So we got we got Lakers plus 165. WinBet is already saying your bet was so good because you had OddsJam. We'll give you $24.50 just to cash it out. So again, this opportunity was only available for like freaking, 2 or 3 minutes. It just popped up and went away. We got them plus 165. So I can click on this, add it to my bet tracker. So the OddsJam bet tracker, like many of the tools, the blog is free, right? A lot of our content's free, teaching you how to bet. Our bet tracker is free. Our low holds page is free. So you definitely should be using the OddsJam bet tracker. So we just got an insane freaking line. I am all about this and all the squares watching football. So we got Lakers money line plus 165. We bet $500 on it. The edge on it was like 0.0804 or something like that, I believe. So we're $40 richer. Why is this negative? Oh, there's a minus sign. So we're $40 richer in EV. Now, of course, this bet may win. This bet may not lose, but there's a very good chance this bet is going to generate positive, closing line value. So let me actually, make sure. Let me just extend these. So there we go. I don't think we are going down high enough. So we have that, and then we have this. Cool. So we just got off an insane bet. I'm $40 richer, right? My bet had an 8% profit margin. I threw $500 on it. I'm $40 richer. That line just popped up, went away. Don't know, right? Like, you never know when these opportunities are going to occur. Maybe WinBet took some huge action on the Heat, and then they moved their line up, and then I just slammed it back down because I'm like, wow, plus 165 is a great price. Like I got plus 165. The current zero VIG line to Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, in the CLV column is plus 145. And I bet $500. And you can see my bet is so damn good because WynnBET is saying, we'll literally just give you 24 bucks and 48 cents to get rid of your bet. That's what cashing out is. So if you're not aware what cashing out is, it's when you have a wager and the sportsbook is just like, here's what we'll give you to take your bet off. Sometimes it's for a profit. Sometimes it's for, you bet 500 and they're like, you can cash out 500. So we can go over to FanDuel as well. And you can see, some of these may have cash outs, maybe not. Oh, I'm not on active. So if we go to active, it's like, you can see this, like I bet on the Bills game over 54.5, 206.25. And they're like, okay, like you can cash out 178.81, which is awful, right? I bet 206. And they're saying, if you don't want your bet on anymore, we'll give you $178. So maybe this line moved against me. We can actually kind of see by going to the Chiefs game on OddsJam. So I'm not really sure, but we can go here. We can see 54. So it's like where the total is at now. So I'm not really sure. Anyways, we can go back here. You can see there's, kind of the same bets. If you haven't hit those, you can take advantage of them. If you have some spare capital ready to go, player blocks, right? Here's a good plus EV bet. And I mean, we already got one insane plus EV bet. I could just cash this out, right? I bet 500. Your stake is 500. Cash out 524.48, $24.48 in risk-free profit. If I don't want my bet on anymore, of course, I'm not going to do that because I believe mathematically it's more optimal to keep the bet open, which is what positive EV betting is. But you need to sign up for the OddsJam bet tracker. Just create an account on OddsJam. It's 100% free, right? You don't have to pay anything. Just exit out of the payment page, whatever. And all this shows you is you want to see green, right? Green means your bet is beating the closing line, right? So you can see this bet won that we gave out yesterday, freaking crushed it, right? Yesterday, if you watch the live stream from yesterday, we freaking crushed it. So we had Moreno versus Fig. I don't really know how to pronounce their names. Lines in the total rounds market, all the sharp action in the UFC started piling in before the fight, right? So like 3 hours before the fight, all the sharp action was coming in on the over. So the over started ripping higher and higher. Go watch the live stream from yesterday after this. If you don't believe me, you'll literally see it. Is the line moved on the over from like, minus 126 to like minus 154 on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. And we were able to pick up minus 126, which closed minus 140. So we beat the closing line. And again, beating the closing line is literally, look it up anywhere, is the most important factor to becoming a profitable sports bettor long term. So we have tons of articles about CLV, closing line value. If you just type in CLV, beating the closing line, what is it? Why does it matter? Stuff like that. So check it out. You can also check out, if you want to learn more about that cashing out thing, we have some, is it time to cash out? You can learn about cash outs here. So that's pretty cool. So we can go back here. And you can see, like, if you want to see live bets, you can turn them on. Live betting can be pretty profitable, but again, the lines move much faster. So we have Memphis plus 116. Let's see if I can get this off. This would be an EV bet, right? So we can go to the EV page and we can see Memphis plus 116. Am I going to be able to get it? So let's go to college basketball. Memphis plus 116. Looks like I'm going to be able to. They're going to pay 215.50 and we can throw that on. Nah. See? Yeah, okay, this is interesting. It says odds decreased. The odds on one or more of your bets decreased. So I was trying to place my bet plus 116. And then I'm going to say review changes. And then I'm not going to bet it because the odds got worse. But we can see, and then I could have hit the other side with Tulsa plus 100. So this is pretty interesting. We can see if we can place a live ARB bet. Nope, already moved on DraftKings. So you just got to be really quick. Long story short. So I'm going to filter out BetMGM just because I'm pretty dang limited on that sports book. Nope, that is not what I meant to do. Let's do this, and then I can type it in here. So again, if you want access to more global sharp sports books, data equals power. The three sharpest sports books are probably Pinnacle, Bookmaker, and BetOnline. They're all in the OddsJam Platinum plan. So email us, contact@oddsjam.com to learn about the Platinum plan. It's basically for the most serious sports bettors who want the best features, the most books, the fastest speeds, stuff like that. So feel free to check it out. It's pretty valuable. And again, just a plug, this is only possible. It's only possible if you have all these sports books, right? Like you need a ton of sports books to make OddsJam possible. So we can see a new ARB popped up, bam, under 4.5 assists. So we can go here. And then another bet in the Lakers game. We already have the Lakers, obviously, plus 165, which is a pretty incredible price. So we'll go here. And then I want to go to BAM under 4.5. And then here I want to go to BAM over 5.5. So what we can do is go here, and then we want to go to player. Where do we want to go? Player assist, BAM over 4.5. And then we can go to, to record 4+ assists. And this one looks like it already moved. So you'll see on these ARBs, we're not going to be able to hit them all. It just doesn't happen. Like are we? Over 4.5 minus 105. No, we are. What am I saying? So we can go here. Shit, just moved. So it just moved down to minus 110. I don't know why I thought. So we just placed it minus 110. Caesars has BAM. So if we go to Heat, they have BAM under 4.5 plus 110. So we just bet over 4.5 minus 110 for $165. So if I go here, calculators, arbitrage calculator, we have minus 110. I bet 165. The other side is plus 115. So it's telling me you bet roughly $145, right, on Caesars, you'll earn $349 in risk-free profit. So I'll bet this. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to place $250 on this. Or let's do, whatever. We'll throw $250. And the reason is because BAM under 4.5 is also a plus EV bet, right? So if we go to BAM, you can see like this bet has 7% edge to the zero vig, right? The sharpest sportsbook in the world, Pinnacle, has BAM under 4.5 assists minus 114. We're getting such insane freaking value at plus 115. But I hedged out a little bit of my bet at minus 108, right? So again, I'm not going to go through the math of an ARB, but essentially what I did, so we have BAM over 4.5 minus 110. And this is on FanDuel. BAM over 4.5 minus 110 assists. But that's not the good side. That's not the bet we want. And then this is Heat Lakers, and this is assists. And we have 165 on this. And then the other bet we have is BAM under 4.5 assists. And then this was plus 115 on Caesars. And we bet $250 on it. And this bet had a profit margin of 7.07%. So essentially all I did with my ARB is I hedged out of a plus EV bet to get a risk-free profit. But I also bet a little more on the under because I think that is the profitable bet, right? The under, you can see the 7.07%, right? That's where the value is. It's in the under. It's not in the over. So we hedged out a little bit, right? So this is an ARB. This game starts at 4 p.m. So in roughly, 3 hours and 40 minutes, if you bet this, you'll be 1.11% richer, right? And it's just, do you want to do that? It's free $5. Go buy yourself, freaking McDonald's and a sweet tea if you want. So that's pretty cool. So we've hit some good plus EV bets. I mean, already it's been freaking insane. We have the Lakers plus 165. We have, this looks pretty good, like BAM under 0.5 blocks. If you want to dabble, we can click into that. So BAM under 0.5, I mean, DraftKings giving you plus 180. So maybe, you want to avoid it because you want to get more confidence, whatever. Like you can use this tool as you want. Obviously, you're not going to be able to place every single plus EV bet, but there are lots of player props. There are lots of great bets. So you can kind of like, users say all the time, like, oh, I set my maximum positive EV odds to plus 300 because I have more success, or I get overwhelmed, so I turn off player props or alternate markets. Like, it's ultimately up to you to decide how to use the tool. What's so powerful about OddsJam is all it's doing is constantly scanning the markets for you as a sports bettor. So now FanDuel has BAM under 4.5 assists plus 118, which is good. right? Caesars just had plus 115, which we bet because we liked it because it was plus EV. But now we can get BAM under 4.5, which has an 8.56% return, right? And this is all only possible because of OddsJam. So you can bet it if you want, whatever. We can bet a little more on BAM if we want to. So we'll fire off that bet. And this bet has a 8.56% profit margin. So we have this, and then we have plus 115, and then this bet has an 8.56% profit margin. FanDuel said, I'm already max limited on FanDuel. They said you get 127.10. I'm like, okay, that's, 1088 in expected profit. So my goal as a sports bettor is see the sum of expected profit goes up, because I know we'll have some down days, we'll have some up days, but my net profit's going to go up, right? So all I'm doing as a sports bettor, and all you should be doing, is trying to place at least, like a few plus EV bets every day. And you're forming like your own little hedge fund, right? Some stocks go down, some stocks will go up. But if all your stocks are good, like, you're going to make money. And it's the same thing here, right? Not all our bets are going to win. Not all our bets are going to win. It's not going to happen. But over the course of the long run, we're going to make money as a sports bettor because all our bets are positive EV. They have value to the sharpest sports book in the world, right? Pinnacle. So this bet, right? Blue Jackets -2 seems pretty good. Long story short, there's a lot of stuff out there. You can kind of choose what you wish, and we could sit on this all day. I am going to sit on this all day probably, and just look around, place more bets, but just wanted to go live, give you a sense of what I'm betting, play some plus EV bets. Again, all these bets are placed live. We're already up 1.5K. Hopefully we can see it going. We got some great player prop bets for today, and let's make some freaking money. So see ya.